All right, Nelson Circuit Court is now in session. Honorable Chuck Sims. Right.
Thank you, and please be seated. At this time, let the record reflect we're taking up action style Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Joseph L. Lawson. It's 23 CR 183 and 23 CR 239. I believe Mr. Lawson is incarcerated right now at the Kentucky State Reformatory, and he is on Zoom. Mr. Lawson, can you hear us right now?
Yes, sir.
If at any point you can't hear anything, you let me know so we can make sure you can hear everything that's occurring here today, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Present is Mr. Young and Ms. Young, the special prosecutors on the case. Also present is Mr. Boyd on behalf of Mr. Lawson here in the courtroom. It's my understanding that we were having a status conference on today's date. I believe there'd also been a motion filed for a bond reduction. Is there anything else pending at today's date?
There's not, Your Honor, and I think, and I don't want to speak for Mr. Boyd, but I think we're going to take the bond matter up on at the next date we set.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Coleman should be present here in a few moments. He's tied up. He's on his way. There was a wreck, apparently some traffic. With that said, we discussed passing this to, we were unaware that Mr. Lawson had been moved to KSR at that point, that the transport order was, I guess, not put in at that point. We would be fine with passing this to the February 8th date to actually address the bond matter in that at that time.
Do you want to wait till Mr. Coleman gets here today?
Whatever the court would like to do.
Well, I'm fine either way. I've got plenty of stuff on my desk. I can write decisions if we're waiting for.
I prefer. I mean, he should be just a few minutes. And, he's had more substantive conversations with Mr. Young. I think that would be appropriate.
Sure, I have no problem. Like I said, I got plenty of stuff to work on my desk right now. So if the bailiff will just let me know when Mr. Coleman gets here, I'll come back out at that time. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Get caught up in stuff and
Slowly. All right.
Thank you, and please be seated. We're back on the record in Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Joseph Lawson, 23 CR 183 and 23 CR 239. Mr. Lawson is still on Zoom there. Mr. Lawson, can you still hear us there?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Earlier today, I believe the court had started the hearing and there was an issue about a bond motion that had been filed. And I believe Mr. Young indicated that the parties had agreed that was going to be passed till another court date. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay.
You're right, that's correct. And part of that is I'm hopeful that Mr. Lawson will be available to be here in person for that hearing rather than just be by Zoom.
Okay. So you want him transported here on that hearing?
If possible.
That's no problem. And what date was that you all talked about doing that?
I'll be okay if I don't.
Yeah.
February 8th at 1.
Is that the date that we got the other two cases on? Okay, February 8th at 1.
Yes, sir. And we had talked, I know I sent Your Honor an email about him. We had all agreed for him to be on by Zoom today.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to take up at this time?
So I'll give Your Honor an update a little bit. Discoveries, they've gotten the first, at least the first set of discovery, which I think they're still reviewing. There's going to be another set coming out this month. I've talked to Mr. Boyd. Mr. Coleman is going to consist of the FBI reports and the state police reports, supplements from over the last year and a half or so. So they're currently being redacted, and I'll get those will go out this month. That'll be the lion's share of discovery that's went out, which I know Mr. Lavin had informed Your Honor yesterday. He had went through it all. We'll get that out to him. Me and Mr. Coleman and Mr. Boyd, we talk. We have good lines of communication, and so I don't anticipate any problems.
Mr. Coleman, anything, or Mr. Boyd, you all wish to add at this time?
Yeah, I think, with outstanding discovery, depending on kind of status come February 8th, we can, I think, start talking about trial dates and things like that. But obviously with discovery still outstanding, we're not really in that position.
Hopefully then on February 8th, we'll have a better understanding where we can set this case for trial then.
Yes, I anticipate setting the trial in February.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to take up on today's date then, this status review?
No, sir.
Okay, well, thank you all very much. I'll see you February 8th at 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good
Thank you.
weekend.
May we be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good weekend.
And I apologize for running late, Your Honor. but-
Oh, if that's the worst thing that happens to me all day, Mr. Coleman, I'll have a good day.
That's right.
Recording stopped.